How are we doing, guys? We are back again. LUTV fans are in the house. Sam, how's things, mate? Feels like I saw you a minute ago, mate. It feels like I saw you a minute ago.
I know. Good old chat about Wolves game, that, wasn't it? Good old chat.
Certainly was. No, absolutely loved it, mate. Guys, don't check it out right now. Check it out after this video. But we've just done a live chat about Wolves. Me, Sam, Giancarlo, Chris, and Russ Vernon as well made his debut on all Leeds TV. So that was a good chat, guys. And of course, we've got the quiz. Get involved, guys. Game pin 666-509. Get on it, guys. Get on it. If you are new to this, you just need to download Kahoots, the app on your smartphone or Android, or if you just join at that website just there on the screen there, www.kahoot.it. You can see the game pin there, 666-509. Yeah, a bit worried. No one's joining. I only got 6. Don't worry me, guys. Get joining. Get joining.
I'm waiting for the Robin Cox 69 to come. Oh no, what was it? Stroke my Cox 69.
I mean,
every week he's in.
I am waiting for that, to be fair. But guys, make sure you join if you haven't done already, which the majority of you watching this haven't done. 92 of you watching. Come on, join the quiz, guys. Join the quiz. As you can see, game pin on there, 666-509. And just before we start as well, Rhiannon, the lovely Rhiannon, and I just absolutely love this show. Ladies' Night with Tash, Rhiannon, Vicky and Lucy, absolutely superb. And it was a really popular show as well, and we'd love to see it happen. Obviously, we've spoken about it a couple of times, and just to see it go in action and be really popular as well on socials, etc., was absolutely brilliant. And yeah, make sure you check it out, guys. It's not going to be Tuesday this week; it's going to be on Wednesday. But check it out, guys. Anyway, so we're going to be joined now by Mr. Jack. How's things, mate?
You're right. Yeah, sorry about that. I was trying to find the link. I thought you were going to send it through.
Totally
not through
my
Twitter.
fault, mate. Totally my fault. No doubt about it. I've got to take the blame for that. I mean,
don't worry about it.
It's a Brentford moment, to be fair, mate. It's a Brentford moment. I mean, just as a complete side note, that was the absolute death of Brentford's promotion hopes as soon as I did that, wasn't it? To be fair,
yeah, kiss of death, isn't it?
Not won the game.
Kiss of death.
Well, guys, make sure you keep joining. If you have done, let's just have a look. There we go. I was panicking then. I was really panicking then. I was thinking, what is going on here? We're going to have 6 in the quiz. I'm thinking, I thought I might have to join then at some point and make some dummy accounts. But, right, that's okay, guys. That's okay. We've got 57 involved already. I wonder if Strick 69 is in there. Strick, Cox 69. Captain Cox in there anyway. Chapman. Helder Costa. Whoa, okay. Yeah, some of these names, to be fair, some of these names are just bizarre, to be honest. But guys, keep joining if you haven't done already. Penandes is in there, bit random, but anyway. But yeah, keep smashing the likes as well, and subscribe if you haven't done already. And just to remind you guys, we have got a prize on offer from LFC Fan Zone, a phone case of your choice for the winner this week. But how's things, Jack? How's things? It's been a while since we spoke. I think it's been about a week and a half since we did the quiz. Any changes for you, mate?
It's same old, isn't it? There's not much to do during times like this, but we keep going. I mean, we've got some exciting guests lined up for the podcast. I think that's for Sam to reveal, not for me to reveal, because he does all the software.
Who's in Sam's contact book this time then?
Oh, big on this. Well, it's 95%, more than 95% confirmed that we've got a big guest on. This week is Javier Foula, I think he's called.
Something like that,
yeah. So we've got Ilan Meslier's agent this week. We're speaking to him. He was due to speak to us this week, but he said because of Ilan's game against Arsenal, he didn't want to speak to us and talk about Leeds when Meslier made a few errors. So he stayed out of it this week. That's why we haven't released the podcast this week. So instead, we're going to release it next a week today, hopefully a week today. And it should just be one section because we can't really... Oh, sneak peek some question.
Did you
we can't really...
Then?
Yeah.
Did you see that then?
Only for like a second. You couldn't see all...
That's the thing now. I'm thinking, oh my God, that word there. That one there. Bottom right, just above Ethan. You almost got me there. To be fair. Oh my word. Oh my word. Some of these names. I'm just glad that you don't tend to see these lot at the top end anyway. Cockens in there now. Bam, bam,
Shout out
bam.
to
Wayman fan
Edgar
club's in
Channy.
there.
Edgar Channy, what a man.
What a man. What a man. It's it's all good, guys. Melier was class yesterday. Melier just is class. I guess we'll start the quiz. I guess we'll say 5 minutes or so, maybe say 5-10 minutes. We'll see how many join. We'll see. Let's try and get to 100 today. Hopefully we can. Plenty of you in the chat, plenty of you watching already. 110 of you in the watching right now, but only 74 of you have joined. So guys, get involved if you haven't done already. But yeah, I mean, I'm just looking forward to seeing what name we're going to get at the top end this week. What name am I going to have to think, ooh, can I say that name? Can I say that name without getting this video in trouble? But anyway, hang on, Window Goat. Just hang on a second. If we start now, we've not got enough people in the quiz. Let's give people a chance, to be fair. That's great. Russ Verdon, the actual legend, has joined the quiz as well.
Good man, Russ.
I knew I could tempt him to. Top stuff. But guys, keep joining if you haven't done already. But I've got to admit, guys, watch back the Steve Evans one. It's unreal. Some of the stuff on the Steve Evans one, stuff you don't even realise, that was going on at the time. If you did realise it was going on at the time, the big thing I remember from the Steve Evans era was when Bamber, I didn't see it myself. I remember one of my mates was telling me about was chasing Belusky around the car park and that lot after the game. They should make it into a comedy series. Just that time at the club. It should just be a documentary, 6-part documentary. Get certain. It obviously doesn't have to be the actual people, but just make it into a real life comedy series. Honestly, I just love that. I just love that.
3 or 4 years, like you said, make a 3 or 4 year documentary out of that time, and it just even if it's just reenactments, it'd be class. I was quite
surprised actually, because the amount of people who, when we first posted about that we were getting Steve Evans on the podcast, we got not stick as in the way we got stick for Belusky, but there were a lot of people slating him. And after they listen back to the second part, they listened to the first and the second part, they've kind of got this different perspective on him, which personally I have a different perspective on him now. Yeah, exactly. It was a situation where I hate to say it, but it was never gonna work. Do you know what I mean? With the backing and everything else, it was just odds were against him, wasn't it? But like I said, he came across as a nice guy, and I'm sure he is. Do you know what I mean? He laid everything what was to be said, and yeah, like I say, he was just a nice guy.
No, absolutely. I'm not sure what's happening on the screen here. It's a bit concerning.
Yeah, I think so. The viewer, the people that were joining haven't been going up and down, haven't they? I think it just keeps free. Every time you click on the screen, it sort of refreshes. But
yeah, so if I click on that screen now, can you see?
Yeah, it moved. It changed then. Yeah. So you see every time you move or something, it changes. Yeah.
Okay.
Rather than automatically.
It's outrageous. That on the second line. There's just no need for it. There's just no need for it. Is there?
Even top right.
It's. Some of these names are just. I'm gonna have to be saying.
Hey, look, he's here.
He's there.
Oh,
he's there. Absolute scenes. Struick is in there. Right, I'm just gonna pop back to you guys. Probably screen will freeze again, but I can assure you, Struick is back in again. It was just such a difficult job last season. The squad wasn't great, let's be honest. You look at the players we had at the time. Of course, in January, Sam Byron went out, Mustafa Carriel came in, kind of thing. It was a big difference in and that was kind of when Mustafa Carriel turned up, I thought, that's a decent signing. And then I kind of watched him play and thought, no, it's not, actually. No, it's not.
Yeah, he was saying that. Obviously, I don't want to give too much away, but Steve Evans was saying that in that January, there were a few clubs after Byram. He said, "Who was it? It was Everton." He said, "We're in for Byram." It were peanuts.
I think
He
there were
said,
multiple clubs, weren't there? I swear I said there were multiple clubs.
And then he said, I think the last one, Chelino said, "Oh, I'm going to sell it to Everton for whatever." It was stupidly low, and he was like, "Oh, that's far too low. I bet I can get you a better offer than that." So he messaged some of the Premier League club managers and clubs in West Ham, bought him in the end, and he was like, "Look, Massimo, I've done this for you. I've got you some extra cash. So because I've done that, can I get some more signings to help?" And he's like, "Yeah, go on then. If you sort them out." And he said he didn't say the names, which we thought we should have maybe pushed a bit more on. But he said that he had 4 players all on deadline. They all ready to join on loan, using the money that he got from Byram. And the last minute, Massimo just said, "No, actually, maybe not. They're not coming. You'll have to. I don't want to spend money on your loan players," which could have changed things, but
yeah, I mean,
never know.
To be fair, I remember the first couple of games. It started well, hadn't it? The first 5 games. Was it 3 wins in the first 5? I think it was, wasn't it? I think it was. It did start pretty well, to be fair, but and you thought at a time, because the Championship wasn't like up to much at that stage. Really, it wasn't really an outstanding team that year. It was. I just remember games like Burnley when we'd outplayed them, and Chris Wood had missed sitters and that lot. And you thought, I mean, Steve Evans was getting absolute pelters, but you think if Chris Wood had took some of those chances and won the game, kind of thing, and they won the league that year. So, you know, it was a really interesting interview. And I think the best thing for me about AFC Fan Zone is when you don't go for necessarily the popular guests all the time. You know, when you go, I find it more interesting when it is the guests who haven't had such a great time at Leeds. Find out why it didn't work out, kind of thing. I did, honestly, that was, for me, that's the best one you've done. Best one you've done, genuinely, with Steve Evans one, in terms of kind of revealing, in terms of like information. I'd say that is definitely the case. I mean, David Haig runs it close, but for me, definitely Steve Evans.
Yeah. Like Jack was saying, when we first released it about Steve Evans, people were like, "Oh, why you want to speak to him? Why do you want to hear his opinion?" But then when people were listening to him and hearing how open and honest he was and speaking about his time at the club, people understood that his stories he was telling, his honesty was a good listen, which we both thought it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I think people have the perception that when you say it's a podcast, it kind of goes under the shadow of being like an informal chat sort of discussion about Leeds, when in fact it is a podcast, but it isn't a podcast. It's an interview, if that makes sense. So when, like, for example, when we got a lot of stick for the Belusky one, people were thinking we're going to have a sit down, happy, all singing, all laughing chat about Leeds. Do you know what I mean? But if they actually listened to it, if they took the time and listened to it, they'd know that that wasn't the case.
No, absolutely. Sorry, you froze like right at the last minute there, to be fair, mate. On mine, you froze at like the last minute, to be fair. But no, absolutely. I mean, I'm just looking in the chat here as well. I mean, just some bizarre things going on in the chat. I mean, one of you is getting blocked right away. It can get blocked right away, right now. Bye, mate. You're going for that, I'm afraid. What you just said in the chat. But yeah, I mean, it's just, there's so many things about that era where you just forget things as well. You forget things that had happened, like certain players you forget play for the club, and just fascinating, honestly, absolutely fascinating, those kind of storylines, to be fair. You know, because I think obviously the David Haig one, that was almost like a James Bond kind of thing in terms of what had happened there, kind of thing, in terms of like the whole storyline, that lot. But Chelino's one, it's a bit more just like comedy now. You can look back at it, the fact we got promoted. Don't get me wrong, it was not a comedy at the time. I mean, I was there at the Chelino protests and that lot, and you know, it's just like, this is just never going to end. I mean, he was only here for 3 years, but it did get to a point where I was thinking, is this ever going to end? Is this like just it now? We've had Bates, we've had GFH, we've had Chelino. Is this like ever going to end? Like, there's just years of misery, and like these managers and that lot, they're just turning up and that lot and not being given the chance in the first place. It's madness, but I'm not on the Capri Sun. I'm back on the the budget Fanta.
Speaking of Chelino, isn't he on like his 6th manager at Brescia this season? Something stupid like that. He's got a pet, hasn't he now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why Pep
Never
Clotet thought that's
changes.
a good idea to revive his career. He's thought, I'll tell you what, I'll go back to working on the Chalino. That's mad. It's mad. But,
What's the law for any manager, though? Because you must know that you're working against someone, not with someone, especially in Chalino. Do you know what I mean? There's no... Obviously, other than like, it's probably good money, but other than that, there's no reason why you'd want to work under Chalino as a manager.
I remember, right, being on holiday when the first season under Chalino, obviously Hockaday was his first manager, or the first full season under Chalino. And in the paper, it was obviously talking about the not just the watermelon thing was the big thing that kind of caught the headline, but the whole thing was writing it and you're thinking, it was almost like it was just trying to test the manager. It was like trying to test him, thinking, almost like, you know, like on FIFA when you can just change the difficulty on like the match in that lot. You can go from like world class to legendary and ultimate and that lot. And you're just thinking, it was like that. He was just thinking, how much more difficult can I make this now in that lot? And he's just like completely undermining them. But well, guys, we will begin in a second. We'll begin in 2 minutes, we'll say. We'll begin at 18:30. We will start the quiz anyway. But yeah, I mean, obviously, Jack, 2 big games coming up this week. I spoke to Sam already about it. I mean, Villa on Saturday, Southampton on Tuesday. Are you feeling confident that we're going to bounce back?
Yeah, I do. I think, obviously, Southampton drew with Chelsea today. So they've kind of, well, they haven't put it behind them, but it's like it's a positive result. Part of me is quite glad that they did get a draw against Chelsea, because Leeds, whenever we play a team who are on a losing run, we always seem to give them some sort of result. So part of me is like, all right, okay, they've got that draw now, so it isn't all about Southampton are coming off. Is it 5 successive losses now? I think. Well, prior to the Chelsea game, it was 5 successive losses,
and obviously lost 9-0 to you know who as well.
No, I'm confident. I think Villa at home will be a tough game. I was listening to the one before about Grealish being out, and if so, that's absolutely massive. I think,
yeah, I mean,
obviously, I'm sorry.
It is just a rumour at this stage, I think, but imagine if that's true in terms of the boost for the game on Saturday.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm obviously I don't know Villa, but who do they have to replace him? Would it be a case of Watkins going out wide or something, or?
I mean, obviously Barkley's there, but Barkley and Grealish tend to play in the same team anyway, so it'll be interesting. I think El Ghazi can play on the left.
El Ghazi, that's a shout. Yeah.
Go over. It's either way, it's not going to be as strong as what it is with Grealish there. You know, kind of on the left or in the number 10 role. So it will be interesting. But yeah,
even if it's Villa, or if it's any team, you take a player out who has, like, stats don't lie. Grealish has an impact at Villa. Do you know what I mean? And once you take a player of that quality out in any team, whether it be Manchester City, for example, you're still going to suffer. Do you know what I mean? So, no, I'm confident for both. But if you had to ask me what I expected to come out of it, I'd take 3 points against Southampton, and I'd take a point against Villa. But obviously, I'd love to get 6, don't get me wrong. But I think a point against Villa would be a good result from where they are in the table.
4 points would be a good week. You know, no doubt about it. I know, obviously, I joked about getting 6 and that lot, but 4 points would be still a solid enough week, to be fair. But guys, we are just about on the time now. We're going to go into it. We're going to go into this quiz. I'm shocked, though, that you were able to see that screen before in terms of where the questions were. I'm a bit worried about that. I'm glad I've got no tabs open that I shouldn't do anyway on this, because I'd been a bit of a bother there, to be fair. But anyway, we'll move on from that quickly. Swiftly moving on from what I just said then. Right, let's go into the quiz. So we're going to do a question each. We've got 90 in there. Can you guys see that? 91,
yeah.
90, yeah. 91, 92. The Smiths just joined 94. Can we get to 95? Let's get on with it, guys. Let's go into it. Let's go. 96. Can we get for one more? One more to join. It gives time for one more to join. 97, 98. Let's go for it. Should we just wait for 100?
Yeah,
Let's just wait for
one more. One more.
It's going to stay at 99 now, isn't it? It's going to stay at 99.
Just come on, please join. You just did. Oh, come on, join. Please join. Please.
Somebody fancy entering the quiz. Let's get it to 100.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's get some bots up.
Ain't gonna happen.
Right, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Disappointing. 98 we started with. That's going to bug me now for the rest of the quiz. Quiz ruined now.
At least took more anyway.
Yeah, true. Right, so question number 1. Who did Jack Harrison score his first Leeds goal against? Red Stoke, Blue Derby, Yellow Millwall, or Green Hull City?
Tough as ever.
I'm gonna say I'm trying.
Nice and inviting first question. But you'll remember this, though. As soon as you see the answer to this, I bet you remember this.
Must have been 3 years ago now. Jesus.
Yeah, it was. It was quite early on.
Over 100 appearances
I've
on
been a
loan,
loan player for a club who's had over 100 appearances on loan. There can't be many. Millwall.
Can you remember it?
Oh yeah, away at Millwall.
From distance.
Away at Millwall.
Oh yeah. I can. To get a point.
To get a 1-1.
Was that game as well? It was. Yeah. I mean, Millwall's just a hellhole, and it's awful. I've been there. No fancy going back.
Yeah, it's one of them. To be fair, I've done Millwall a couple of times, and you think obviously when you first go there, you're thinking that you got obviously this like big reputation in that lot. Obviously, you watch like the documentaries and stuff like that, and you're thinking, okay, this is gonna be quite an interesting afternoon. This, and then you kind of get there, and there's so many police there. It's just like you just don't really see anything.
You guided behind, like you literally in through a goal and out through a gunnel, and like you don't even see any of the fans, do you? So.
That's the thing. It is just like literally a tunnel from the station to the ground, isn't it? From what I can remember, it was mad, really. But anyway, we will go to the leaderboard. So the quicker you answer, guys, the more points are available. So the leaderboard is good word. Oh, I mean, guys, come on. There's bantering and it just takes it too far. It's just
3 of the top 5.
This video ain't going to get monetized.
Top 5. I can't even name any. I can't even say any of that top 5's name. Turco's top. Right, that's the only one I can kind of say. Struick, to be fair, my man Struick is in there as well. Struick, my cock 69 is in the top 5. Guys, that's just I mean, some of them have just gone too far there. Right, that is just too far, some of them. But let's go to question number 2. Swiftly on. So, Sam, take it away, my man.
Number 2. Who won the Leeds Player of the Year award in the 2017-18 season? Was it red, Samuel Saiz, blue, Pablo Hernandez, yellow, Calvin Phillips, or green, Pontus Jansson?
Quick you answer, guys. The more points are available.
Surely everyone's got to get this one.
Yes, yeah, I think this is more inviting.
Yeah, I'm going to say. I can say it now. I mean, he's won it for the last 3-4 years, hasn't it? So,
well, it certainly is Pablo Hernandez. First time he won it as well. 17-18 when it started off his little mini run. So, quicker you answer, guys, the more points are available. And to be fair, the other 3 have never won it. Have never won the Player of the Year award. So it is Pablo Hernandez. Right, so let's go to the table. Gulp. Right, what inappropriate names are we going to have in this table then? Oh, no, it's not. No,
oh, dear.
Well.
Right, Oscar, you're in for a long night. Give me a second.
Right, MOT 95. Thank you for choosing this. Sam loves... Even you're getting targeted now. You're targeting Sam. That's outrageous. Outrageous, that is up 20 places. But Perco's top. We're all getting targeted now, aren't we, guys?
Speak for yourself.
Jack ain't got one yet.
Jack's not got one yet.
Emphasis on yet.
Right. Jack, next question, mate.
It's Sam. Is it? Oh, shit, it's me. Sorry. Ignore me. Who scored the winner in our dramatic 3-2 win versus Aston Villa in December 2018? Was it red, Jack Clark, blue, Pontus Jansson, yellow, Pablo Hernandez, or green, Kemar Roof?
What a game. What a game this was. When this goal went in, honestly, I thought we'd not done it, but I thought there's nothing that's going to stop us that season. Nothing.
There was some
Hang on,
scenes in
how
that
could there
away
be
end, I remember.
101 answers? How could there be 101 answers? We didn't get 100
People
in the.
can join
What's going
halfway
on
through the
here?
quiz, I think. People can
What
join
is
halfway through.
Oh, can they? I didn't even know
Yeah.
that. To be fair, I didn't even know that. That is something new every day anyway. Well, it was Kemal Roof. I mean, what a finish it was on his left foot, guys.
What a goal.
Just the way he took it down, it's like, yes. Oh, honestly. But then we messed it up afterwards, which was typical Leeds. But we sorted it anyway. And then obviously we meet Villa again on Saturday. So let's go to the league table. Gulpy gulp, 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 gulp. Perko is on a good run. It's on a good run, to be fair. Redders LUFC is in the top 5 as well. And Annie is 4th as well. So let's go on to the next question. Right. So next question. Question number 4. How many league assists for Leeds is Patrick Bamford currently on? Red 8, blue 9, yellow 10, or green 11? How many league assists for Leeds is Patrick Bamford currently on? Red 8, blue 9, yellow 10, or green 11? Quick you answer, the more points that are available.
This is for like all time, right?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
I should have clarified that.
Oh, sorry, Oscar, I don't mean to drop you in it. I was just curious myself. I was trying to think of it.
But it is 9 to be fair. 5 this season and 2 in the other 2 seasons. So making 9 assists. So let's look at the. Got any comments coming in here? Right, let's go back to the table. Let's see what's done to the table. Most people got this one wrong. Has this changed the table? I certainly hope so. Let's look. not going away in that second place there. Perko still top. Combo breaker there. 18 players have just dropped anti-streaker 3. Kaz 76 is in the top 5 as well. MOT and Annie are moving up the table. Right. So next question. Question number 5. Sam.
How many goals did Max Gradle score for Leeds in all competitions? Red 19, blue 22, yellow 25, or green 28? Maxi Gradle. He's playing in Turkey now, isn't he? Max Gradle.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean,
how old is he now?
What could have been if he stayed at us for a bit longer?
He must be towards back end of his career now, surely.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, he was young when he played for us, to be fair. You know, he was early 20s when he played for us. But yeah, it was 25. He got 18 in his final season at Leeds. Absolute just on fire in that last season at Leeds in terms of goals from out wide. Unbelievable in that last season. But yeah, the majority got this one wrong. So we'll see what that does to the table. So MOT 95 is top. Jules joins his second. Chapman is in third. Cock and Stewart in fourth. What centre-back partnership? And Perko has dropped down the table to fifth. But up 37 places is Beelzebul, as it always is, the highest climber. Beelzebul shines again. So let's go to question number 6. Jack.
I'll get this one right this time. Who did Leeds sign Luke Ayling from? Was it red, Bristol City, blue, Derby County, yellow, Arsenal, or green, Yeovil? What a bargain this was as well.
Unbelievable
Can't
business.
be missed.
Unbelievable business.
To say they didn't think he was suitable for the level at the time is just...
It is quite unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. That's the only way to put it.
It's quite something. Okay. Yeah. Oh, to be fair, I'm surprised people got this one wrong, to be fair. Yeah, it was Bristol City. But he did play for Arsenal and Yeovil, to be fair, at times in his career. But it was Bristol City. So we'll see what's done to the table. The quicker you answer, the more points that are available. Table is now. MOT 95 keeps their place at the top. Oh, back in the top 5. And then Chapman second. Perko, Cock and Stewart is in the top 4, to be fair. So let's go on to the next question. Question number 7. Who's the creator of the most chances for Leeds this season? Red Jack Harrison, blue Mateus Click, yellow Rafinha, or green Patrick Bamford? Most chances for Leeds this season. Who's created the most? And it's very close between the 4, by the way.
I'd be able to have a guess, but I won't be able, like you said, definitively say, yeah, he has created the most.
That's the thing. It is like a guessing one, this, unless you're LUFC data or stats, LUFC stats, you shouldn't be just getting this one without guessing, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it is Jack Harrison. It is Jack Harrison by about 1 or 2, I think. But I think Rafinha's got the most per game, but Jack Harrison, in terms of total, is the leader in that kind of regard. So let's see what that does to the table. Okay, so Chapman is now top. We're having a lot of changes of the leaderboards. Perko, Stuart McCock, and Andy and Ben make up the top 5. So, and BC 2004 is making a comeback with 3 in a row as well. So, next question, Sam.
Number 8. Under which manager did Liam Cooper make his Leeds United debut? Was it red, Brian McDermott, blue, David Hockaday, yellow, Darko Milanic, or green, Neil Redfern? It was mad, the story why we signed Liam Cooper, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When we played in the friendly, and Chileno were just like,
wasn't it?
Yeah, right, we'll sign him.
That was the extent of our recruitment back then.
Yeah. Just yet another story of the banter era.
Well, quite a successful story, I'd say.
Well, yeah.
It worked out well.
That was one of the more successful deals we did, to be fair. I mean, compared to Sam Benedici or whatever he was called, or Brian Montenegro, I mean, probably a slightly better deal, to be fair, was Coops. But it was Dave Hockaday. It was, of course, Dave Hockaday. He didn't actually play under Brian McDermott, but he did play under Milanic and Neil Redfern. Darko Milanic thought it'd be a good idea to play Liam Cooper at left back, by the way. I remember quite well. I remember that absolutely brilliant. That was a massive success, was that, from our man Darko Milanic. But anyway, let's go to the table. As I say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So let's go to the table. This is just, honestly, it's just winding me up now. It keeps climbing back into that top 5.
He's always done well, to be fair, hasn't he? Every week he's up there.
He's won it before.
I'm not talking about. I'm absolutely made up for
Stuart.
Fifth. His name's quite appropriate compared to his 5th.
I thought we were talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay this week compared to the other names. I mean, oh man. And then the third as well. That's yeah, right. Okay, so let's go to the next question, Jack. Right.
Question number 9. Leeds signed Liam Cooper for what fee? Was it red, 500,000? Was it blue, 600,000? Was it yellow, 700,000? Or green, 800,000?
What a bargain either way.
I'm honestly asking me all that.
It was a bargain, whichever way you look at it. Quicker you answer, the more points you get, guys. So, yeah, it was 600,000 we signed him for, plus add-ons, but we only paid the add-ons this summer, to be fair, to Chesterfield. I think it's about 150,000, but it was 600,000, the fee that we signed him for. So, there we go, guys. Anyway, so see what it does to the table. So the table is now some of these names, honestly. But Struick is back on top. Back on top, to be fair. Struick, if I'm right in saying, won the last one, didn't he, lads?
Yeah.
Defending his title. Defending the title, to be fair. Chapman in second as well. It's very tight at this moment in time, but Struick has got a decent lead there at 505 players. Lost a answer streak of 3. Let's go to next question. Question number 10. How many games did Liam Cooper get banned for after a stamp on Reece Oxford in 2017? Red 4, blue 5, yellow 6, or green 7? Do you remember this?
No, I don't.
No,
I'm going to say that doesn't ring a bell.
Really,
I know the Reece Oxford one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to ask what game because I might give it away to a few people, but
It was Reading anyway.
Reading,
We won't give it away too much.
On loan. He was on loan at Reading for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Before he left.
It was quite a big game as well when it happened in, but it was 6. It was 6 games he got banned for.
Was that when I forget his name now? Was it Kermit? No.
Yeah, he scored an unbelievable goal in that
scored
game.
A goal, yeah, 1-0, wasn't it? Yeah.
Just over the shoulder. Oh, it's unbelievable volley, to be fair. It was under Yap Stan's Reading. That absolutely fantastic team to watch under Yap Stan. Anyway, that was honestly the most boring team I think I've ever seen to be fair in the Championship, and that's saying something. But yeah, it was 6 games he got banned for. Of course, Tyrone Mings had an incident against Reading and against Man United, and he didn't get anywhere near the same level of ban. Anyway, I'm not bitter because I'm going to go onto the leaderboard. So, some of these names, honestly. Chapman's top anyway. Chapman's top. Struick has dropped down to 2nd. Patty's on a decent run as well. 5 answers correct in a row. Let's look at the next question, which we're going to go to Sam.
Question number 11. What year did Leeds appoint Kevin Blackwell as manager? Red 2003, blue 2004, yellow 2005, or green 2006?
All the stars in this quiz this week. All the stars.
Yeah, the Liam Cooper and Kevin Blackwell quiz.
So it was 2004. It was 2004. He was there for just over 2 years in the job. So let's see what that does to the table. Chapman's top. Lucky is 2nd. Struick and Patty and TD5 make up the top 5. And Jules Joins is on an answer streak of 3, who had an early... it was quite high up the leaderboard early doors as well. So next question, Jack.
Question number 12. How many games did Leeds win in Dave Hockaday's 4 league games in charge? Was it red 0, blue 1, yellow 2, or green 3? Yeah, you're really pulling out all the snaps for these great nostalgia, right?
Games. Remember that as well, guys. League games.
I thought he won all 4.
Oh, yeah. It was outrageous he was sacked. Outrageous.
Winning all 4 games against Zach.
Wouldn't surprise me under Chile now.
Yeah, I'm going to say, now you say that, actually. That's probably not out of reach. Yeah, so it was 1.
Can you remember the game?
Who was against now? Who's it against?
Middlesbrough.
Oh, was that when Billy Sharp scored that late winner? Yeah.
Billy Sharp late winner. Dave Hockaday's only win in the league.
Yeah.
And the irony is that Borough team made the playoff final. What a win for the Hawk anyway. Right, so let's see what it does to the table. I love that 34 went for none, and then 1 went for 3 as well. I love that, to be fair. Right, let's look at the table. So Lucky is top now. Struick back into 2nd. Chapman's dropped to 3rd. A lot of change, to be fair. A lot of change. Jules and Patty make up the top 5. So next question is question number 13. How many league titles has Marcelo Bielsa won in his career? Red 2, blue 3, yellow 4, or green 5. So league titles that Marcelo Bielsa has won in his career. And of course, Leeds United counts as well. Even though it's a championship, it does 100% count. So quick you answer, guys, the more points you will get.
I take it you've all seen the news, what Phil Hay tweeted earlier today.
Yeah, what news that is to wake up to. Wow. Unreal.
To be fair, I think that's as big a news as anything. Do you know what I mean? The future of Bielsa is... Yeah, exactly.
It's all about that, in terms of not wanting to think about the future in terms of after Bielsa at all. And hopefully, get a bit more time out of Bielsa at Leeds United, hopefully. But it was 4. It was 4. 1 at Vélez Sarsfield, 2 at Newell's Old Boys, and 1 at Leeds United, making up 4. So let's look at the league table now. So Lucky is top, Chapman 2nd, Struick, Matthew LFC, and Jules Joins are in the top 5, and Coop as well is up 21 places. So next question, Sam.
Question number 14. Who did Marcelo Bielsa manage at the start of the 1998-99 season? Is it red, Newell's All Boys, blue, Athletic Bilbao, yellow, Marseille, or green, Espanyol? 98. Year I was born, what a year.
So the Bielsa fanatics will get this one.
I don't think I would.
I think a lot of the previous answers afterwards around it are quite like
could have a guess.
Plus. Oh, what?
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah.
Oh, I'm wrong. Ignore me. I know nothing.
8 games, and then went to Argentina. Went to manage Argentina in the middle of the season. The only club
My house
left
to be
for
Newell's. I don't even own a house, but you know.
It was Espanyol. So let's see what it does to the table. Hat-trick Bamford joins the top 5. Start the quiz, please. Oh, fair play. It's up 20 play. Oh, that's just rude, isn't it? That is just rude, to be fair. Only messing. But Chapman is back on top as well. Shurik as well is moving up the table, trying to defend their title. So, next question. Jack. Or is it Jack? Who is it on this one now?
Yeah, Jack.
It is Jack, isn't it? Right.
Question number 15. How many league goals have Leeds scored this season? Is it red, 38, blue, 40, yellow, 42, or green, 44? I don't know off the top of my head.
It's mad, isn't it?
I've actually got a bet on Leeds. I placed it the night. No, I didn't. I placed it before the Liverpool game that Leeds would be the top scorers in the Premier League this season. It's something stupid from a tenner. It's like £20,000 return. And at one point we were third, so never say never.
Possible at one point, didn't
I know, yeah. I mean, I wish there were a cash out on it. I wish there were a cash out, but no, the right answer was blue. 40 goals so far.
Absolute scene. So let's see what it does to the table. Chapman's on a run. Chapman's on a real run, to be fair. Shurik, hat-trick, Bamford, Lucky, and Jules are in the top 5. So, next question. Question number 16, over halfway through now. For which club did Liam Cooper make his Premier League debut? Red, Chesterfield, blue, Sheffield United, yellow, Hull, or green, Leeds United? For which club did Liam Cooper make his Premier League debut?
Turning it with Liam Cooper fanboy this week.
I know. I thought I'd do a theme. I thought I'd start doing like a theme in terms of questions and that lot, and just I thought I'd give it a test. I thought I'd try the different kind of questions anyway. But we'll see.
Got hammered in this game as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they definitely did. It was Hull City. Right. So let's see what it does to the table. Yeah, Liverpool. It was 6-1.
Liverpool, like 6 something.
Nice and easy game against prime Fernando Torres for Leeds Cooper. Right, so the table is now Chapman. Well, it stays the same. It stays the same as well. The names as well coming up for this on the answer streaks. Oh, please don't. Please don't, is all I'm saying. Right, so anyway, next question. Sam.
Question number 17. Who did Leeds sign Rodrigo from? Is it red, Benfica, blue, Valencia, yellow, Sevilla, or green, Real Betis? Most people should get this, surely.
Yeah, I think so.
They've literally sold half the squad, haven't they, this summer?
Yeah, like a lot of them gone to Villarreal. It's just gone.
Is it coronavirus based, or is it just because of the club's finances?
The owner,
club's
innit?
finances are
Is
a
it?
strange club in Lancia in terms of how they ran in that lot. It's
It's a good job there was 0 seconds left there. Now imagine if you said that straight off.
Oh dear. You don't help yourself, Oscar, do you? You really don't help yourself.
You tee me up there, mate. You tee me up.
I didn't say anything.
Oh,
Shift the blame on me.
Oh, honestly, it's my fault. It's my fault entirely. I was trying to pass on the blame, and that was outrageous, wasn't it? But it was a cause for Valencia. There was only seconds to go. I think everyone had
0 seconds.
Anyway. That's what I'm going to tell myself anyway. Right, so the table is now. Oh man. Yeah, Robbie G is in the top 5 now as well, and TD5 is on a streak of 3 as well. Right, next question, Jack.
Question number 18. How many set-piece goals have Leeds conceded from so far this season? Is it red 9, blue 10, yellow 11, or green 12?
Too many.
I
was about to say too many, yeah. Too many.
It is mad, isn't it? Even like the last few seasons have just been more and more.
Stuck with us, hasn't it? That set piece, just the inability to defend set pieces always.
Or attack or defend set pieces has just always been a problem.
It's just, I think we've created some chances, to be fair, from set pieces, but it's still defending them that's the issue. But it is 11. Yeah, it is 11, guys. So let's see what it does to the table. So, I'm still laughing at that last one now. I'm still laughing at that. When I actually said the name as well. Oh, honestly. Chapman's top, Patrick Bamford's in second. Lucky, Shuick and Robbie G make up the top 5 anyway. So, let's go on to the next question. Question number 19. In which stage of the 2002 World Cup were Bielsa's Argentina knocked out? Red group stage, blue last 16, yellow quarterfinals, or green semi-finals? The quicker you answer, the more points you get.
Mad squad that as well.
Yeah, in terms of talent, it was unreal.
Should have done better. Not to give it away.
Jack,
out of all of them.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not going to be semi-finals, is it? Now?
Not as bad as you. You could have done better. Could have been any of them. It's not like they got to the final. Could have done better. Trying to shift blame onto me now. He's trying to push it onto me.
Firmly clutching them.
Throw me under the bus here.
I'm messing. But yeah, it was the group stage, and you are correct. They should have done a lot better, but they were unbelievably unlucky. Michael Owen took the biggest dive I think I've ever seen, to be fair, in that game. And now, from my point of view, I think, to be fair, Argentina versus England, controversial, but Bielsa, it'd be difficult to know who to support in that game. Out of interest, though, if Argentina did play England, I mean, what would you do?
Nah, you got to support England, didn't it?
Yeah. Bielsa wouldn't come through.
If Bielsa was Argentina manager, I'd be on the fence, but nah, England.
No, obviously, if it's Argentina or England, and Bielsa's not managing them. But if Bielsa was managing them, real talk, who would you support in that game?
Nah, surely still. But then Argentina, the second, like the team you always look out for.
Knocked out, then I'd support Argentina because of Bielsa. Otherwise, it's always going to be England.
Half and half shirt, England and Argentina, like that.
Right, so let's look at the table. So Chapman keeps this place top. Joining us in the top 5, all of a sudden there's Robbie and someone else. Patrick and Lucky are in the top 5. So, right, next question, which is Sam's.
Question number 20. How many days did Marcelo Bielsa manage Lazio for? Red 1, blue 2, yellow 3, green 4. There was an article on The Athletic about this, was it this week?
Yeah,
I read that.
It's mad. I mean, it does look like he didn't trust the Lazio board, to be fair. And I think he was reluctant to take the job in the first place.
Yeah. He was saying about the transfers, wasn't it? He was like, oh yeah, if you sign, we've got all our shortlist and we'll sign like the first and second, and then they started saying, all right, actually, no, you've got to sign 9th choice. 2 days.
But there was 2 days in July. I I remember seeing it though when it happened. I thought, what kind of thing? Thinking that's actually mad in terms of when it had happened. But yeah, obviously got to know a bit more about the details when Bielsa became involved at Leeds United. Only 2 years before Bielsa took Leeds. Because I thought when Bielsa
they lost our game, really, isn't it?
Well, I was panicking when Bielsa took the job, thinking we could break that record. When he sees Kane burning a meter in training, we could definitely break that record. But he didn't. He stuck with us. He stuck with us, to be fair. He saw the merits of the squad.
Could have been 2 hours.
Right. Let's go on to the table.
eBay.
Yeah, that's me.
Chapman, Patrick, Lucky, Matthew, and Robbie make up the top 5. And three players lost the answer streak of 4 on that question. So, next questions now. The next 5 questions are just going to be general knowledge. So, question number 21 to you, Jack.
It is me, yeah. It's question number 21. Who scored a hat-trick this week in PSG's 4-1 win at Barcelona? Was it red, Neymar, blue, Icardi, yellow, Kylian Mbappe, or green, Angel Di Maria?
What a player.
Barcelona have just... Why they got Koeman is beyond me. It just... obviously, I know like it's the whole he knows the club sort of narrative, but it's just...
Yeah, I mean,
it was too much of a step up.
Someone who was at Southampton like 2 years ago and then failed at Everton. It's not a great appointment, is it? It's not a great appointment, to be fair. But it was Kylian Mbappe, and what a hat-trick it was, to be fair. I mean, it's just like, yeah, fair play. I mean, that's just like pretty much like an unreal hat-trick, an unreal performance. And yeah, Neymar and Di Maria didn't even play. So we'll look at the table now. So that does to the table. Yeah, no real changes. But the quicker you answer on these ones, or any question on this quiz, the more points you get. So question 22. Who has recorded the most assists in the Premier League this season? Red, Harry Kane. Blue, Kevin De Bruyne. Yellow, Jack Grealish. Or green, Roberto Firmino.
Yeah, people are saying in the comments, Oscar, that you're a bit quiet. I don't know if
Am I quiet?
you might. Yeah, a little bit. I thought it was my laptop.
Is that better?
Yeah,
that's better.
Is that better? Yeah.
We can hear each. I can hear myself back.
Is that better?
Yeah, no, I can still hear myself back.
Hang on. Let me just change something up 1 second.
That's all right.
But it was Harry Kane. Anyway, that was the correct answer on that one.
I just saw somebody put it in the chat, so I thought it'd be
Is that
probably worth.
Is that better?
Better? I don't know. Sam, is it all right for you? I don't know.
It's not echo. It's not echoing now, is it?
No, it's not echoing. Just
Any
speak
better?
again. Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Hello?
Louder.
Hello. Right. Good stuff. Is that better? Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Right. So let's look at the table after that one. It was Harry Kane, of course, with 11. The table is now. Yeah, no changes there. No changes at all. And yeah, 5 players lost the answer streak of 3. So next question is for you, Sam. Question number 23.
23. Who has conceded the most fouls in the Premier League this season? Is it red, Thomas Souček, blue, Ashley Barnes, yellow, Gary Cahill, or green, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg?
Has anybody heard from Gary Cahill since?
I don't know. It's yeah.
Poor guy.
I could still watch that on repeat right now. Just
It's almost 2 weeks on that now, and it only feels like yesterday.
could still watch it for the rest of the year on repeat.
But it was Pierre-Emile Højbjerg who's picked up the most fouls in the league this season. So let's see what it does to the table. Oh, there's a change there. Patrick Bamford is top now. Patrick Bamford. What a top name, by the way. What a top name. Matthew, Robbie, and Lucky make up the top 5. And Patty is 3 in a row as well. So next question, Jack.
Question number 24. Who is currently top of Serie A? Is it red, Roma, blue, AC Milan, Yellow, Inter Milan, or green, Juventus, sorry. I don't watch Italian football, so I wouldn't even...
Well, there's a classic tomorrow afternoon. It is Inter versus AC tomorrow afternoon.
I swear they only played each other like 2 weeks ago. Or was that
play each other every week? To be fair, I think just to keep it, keep it up. To be fair, but it was Inter Milan. It was Inter Milan, and it is first versus second. And yeah, Juventus having a terrible season. If you do watch Italian football, I don't watch a lot of it myself, but I will be tuning into that game tomorrow to see. And did you not see Lukaku and Ibrahimovic?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm watching it for.
Like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? So I presume that was in the league, but it might have been in the cup, was it?
That's the thing. And then the game after, Ibrahimovic missed a penalty. So Lukaku got to him a bit, could we say? Be interesting. Who would win that fight, do you think? I mean, in the peak, you'd have to say Ibrahimovic for me, in his peak. But I think Lukaku, sort of 12, 13 years younger, in good shape. I mean, who's your back there?
What, we're talking now? Like, now? Or...
Yeah, right now.
I'd say Lukaku. Lukaku will bang him out easy.
I think the speed, isn't it, to be fair?
Ibrahimovic all talk now. He just says stuff on social media and then just does no.
Still a good player, though. Just
yeah.
I still want to fight him, to be fair. But, I'd back Lukaku there. I'd back Lukaku in that one. Guys, in the comments, would you back in the scrap between Lukaku and Ibrahimovic?
That's also a good point. But Ibra knows martial arts, which is a very...
That's true. That's one of the things. But I'm just thinking pure speed now in terms of Lukaku. Pure speed in that lot. I just think he'd be too quick for Ibra, to be honest.
Berardi'd have them both.
Yeah, I'd have them both
once. He'd have them once. You're throwing Gattuso in there as well. He'd just bang them all out, wouldn't he? Right, so let's go to the table. Right, so Hat-Trick is still top. Robbie is climbed into second. Chapman having a bad couple of rounds here. Lucky and Matthew make up the top 5. And 10 players lost around to a streak of 3 on that one. So, question number 25. Last one of the general knowledge rounds. 25. Who did Bayern Munich lose to today? 2-1. Red Frankfurt, blue Leipzig, yellow Borussia Dortmund, or green Schalke?
Their second goal was an amazing goal as well.
Oh, it was unreal. Unreal, to be fair. The Bundesliga, it's always so... I know, yeah. It is always so much fun, the Bundesliga. But, I mean, the defending is what makes it a bit more it's not great, is it? It's not great, to be fair. But it was Frankfurt. Yeah, it was. They won 2-1 today against Bayern Munich. And yeah, it does close the gap at the top of the table. So, next question. Decided to just flick my headphones off then. I don't know why I did that. All part of the plan. Right. Next questions now are related to the podcast. So, I will let you guys take it away. Go to you first, Sam.
Yeah, they're very podcast specific this week as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So,
and to be fair, the table is now Robbie is actually top going into these last couple of questions, and Chapman in second has climbed back up the table. Lucky, Hat-Trick, and Matthew make up the top 5. So, next question, Sam.
Question number 26. During which game did Massimo Cellino offer Steve Evans his job back if Leeds would have lost? Was it red, Birmingham City at home, blue, Luton Town away, yellow, Fulham at home, or green, Fleetwood away? And this was our most recent one that we had with Steve Evans, and he said that when Gary Monk was in charge, he was on holiday. Did you say Cyprus? I think it was Cyprus. And Leeds were losing 1-0, and Cellino rang him up and said, if Leeds lose this game, I'm going to sack Gary Monk and you come back.
Mad.
But then,
it is mad when you think
and that
about
was to Fleetwood, and
it was so early on. I remember there was a rumor about it, and I thought, nah, even Cellino wouldn't do that. And I thought, wow,
and
it
did. They scored in I can't remember, early in the second half, I think it was. But then Antonsen equalised in the 89th minute.
But then we went 2-1.
That game goes straight to penalties. That was extra time.
No, it was extra time. We went 2-1.
Yeah.
And they made it 2-2 quite late on, and they went to penalties, and we won the penalty shootout, which is rare thing for Leeds United. It's yeah, I mean, amazing size. I mean, Gary Monk's first couple of games were unbelievably bad, to be fair. But anyway, he stuck with him, and yeah. Anyway, so the table is now.
Be interested to see if anybody stays top after this.
Chapman. Chapman's been watching the podcast and deservedly top of the table for that reason.
I mean, we had him on, so.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, a bit of an advantage there, to be fair, Lee. Bielsa's boys, again, up 11 places. So, next question for you, Jack.
Question number 27. In 2006, Trezor Candle had a 13-week prison sentence, but which club was he playing for at this point? Was it red, Dagenham and Redbridge? Was it blue, Darlington, yellow, Barnet, or green, Leeds United? This one was it was quite an eye-opener, really, because it was like you saw a completely different side to Trezor Candle, because like he was very open. Do you know what I mean? And it was just a nice guy, and put it this way, like he could talk. The man
didn't stop talking.
But no, yeah, the correct answer was Barnet. This was just a few months before his move to Leeds, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, was it late 2006 he joined?
Yeah. So this was literally months before his move to Leeds. It was basically saying that he'd drive. Obviously, he got banned from. Was it banned from driving or something like that? And
he got banned for driving so many times. Yeah.
Yeah, and he got banned for driving, but he ended up driving in it every week. The police must have pulled him aside 13 times or so, and he just kept on driving to training. Then when it got to like 13, 14 times, they say, right, we're going to have to put you in prison for this. And he ended up serving 13 weeks for driving to training when he was banned. God knows how many times.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting the club, in terms of knowing that, it kind of took the risk to an extent, really. It's interesting that, in terms of obviously Dennis Wise was there at the time. I mean, yeah, it's because obviously we didn't know this when he arrived at the club in terms of that. Well, I certainly didn't know about that in terms of Trezor Candle, in terms of until I watched like the podcast. And yeah, no, interesting and good player. To be fair, in League One, he had a good run of games for us in that first season in League One. I think second highest scorer along with Beckford, and they formed a good partnership. And then Becchio turned up, and unfortunately, that was kind of it with Candle because it was Becchio and Beckford after that. But let's look at the table. Oh, okay. Hattrick Bamford has closed the gap there on Chapman. Lucky, Matthew and Robbie make up the top 5. And We Are Leeds is back with an answer streak of 3 as well. So, next question. Question number 28. Who did Olivier Dacour say was the best player he played with? Red Zinedine Zidane, blue Lee Bowyer, yellow Hernan Crespo, or green Thierry Henry?
All 4 class players.
I was disappointed, to be honest, that he never said Don Matteo, to be honest, or I was disappointed, to be fair.
When he was at the end, he was speaking of, I think the question was, someone submitted this question, said who was the best player you played with, and the players who were really not were just mental.
But what's Zidane?
Wow.
It was Zidane. He name-checked Ibra. He name-checked just so many world-class players.
Zidane, you can't argue with, can you? I mean, you can't argue that.
I mean, I'm surprised more people didn't go for Zidane, to be fair.
Yeah,
he's arguably the stand-up player of those 4, but
it's as much as I love Lee Bowyer, I don't think you can compare him to Zidane, to be fair.
I was quite lyrical about Lee Bowyer. I absolutely loved him. Literally, like, whenever you mentioned his name, he'd just go on for minutes about how much he loved him and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, not so much about Terry Venables, but yeah, Lee Bowyer, like.
Right, so next question. Right, so 20... In fact, no, we need to go to the table first. What we're doing? We're doing table first. Right. Oh, okay. No change. A chance then to close the gap on Chapman, not taken. But Nick LUFC is on a streak of 4 in a row. So last 2 questions now. Quicker you answer, the more points you get. So I'm going to go to you, Sam.
Question number 29. What did Marcelo Bielsa say to Jonathan Woodgate after Leeds beat Middlesbrough 4-0? Is it red, marching on together, blue, do what you believe in. Yellow, best of luck for this season. Or green, Bamford is the GOAT. And this was, of course, was when Bielsa was Leeds' head coach and Woodgate was Middlesbrough's head coach at Allen Road. And now Woodgate's temporary charge of Bournemouth, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, to be fair. Yeah, no, definitely.
Caught him at the right time, didn't we, Sam?
Yeah.
But it was 3 people have gone for Bamford just to go. 10 have gone for marching on together. But yeah, it was do what you believe in. And yeah, no.
And as well, he was talking about how after the game, I can't remember if it was I think it was a fixture at the Riverside. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sam. But he said he walked into his office. He didn't walk in, but obviously he knocked on his office and went in and handed him a handbook. He was literally like showing us, obviously, like you can't see on the podcast, but he said like the handbook was like this thick, and it was just all of Middlesbrough's tactics, substitutions, literally anything you could imagine was in this big handbook, and he gave it to him, and he says, "There you go. That's
my
your
homework on you."
Yeah.
And gave it to him. He said he still got it, keeps it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
My word. Though, to be fair, I mean, if he's done it with Jonathan Woodgate, I mean, he's probably done it with
everyone, aren't
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I go to Jurgen Klopp and that lot and say, "Don't care if you won the Champions League and that lot. There you go. Learn and educate you there. You know what I mean? It's but yeah, no, that's the man. That is the man himself. I mean, but if you're, say, for example, though, if you're not Marcelo Bielsa, if you're, say, I don't know, Sam Allardyce doing that, you just get it thrown back at you, wouldn't you? To be fair, they'd take offence, wouldn't they? It's just that's the remarkable thing about Bielsa, though, isn't it?
There you go, Woody. That's how you play.
Yeah,
get lost, Big Sam.
That's it, isn't it? You just wouldn't. Yeah, but right. Let's see how it's done to the table. Chapman keeps their place at the top, builds their lead a little bit. Matthew, LUFC in second, Perko, Hat-trick Bamford, and Lucky in the top 5, and Nick LUFC with 5 correct answers in a row. So, final question, quick you answer, more points available. Going over to you, Jack.
Question number 30. Who did Hadi Sacco say he was the closest to during his time at Leeds? Was it red, Jordan Bataka, blue, Solomon Zakara, yellow, Toumani Diagoraga, or green, Pablo Hernandez? So yeah, that was some tongue twisters on that one. And I have not said them names in years. But no, Hadi was really nice. And even during his time at Leeds, he was always nice to us on DMs and stuff. He was always responding.
I remember because it was the square it Hadi thing, and he always made a joke out of it. But I just remember people in the comments saying, "No, seriously, Hadi, square it." It's getting. I just remember there was one game. I think it might have been Aston Villa at home. I think if you remember it, we won 2-0. It was in that Saturday night game. Kemal Roof got his first goal, and then Chris Woods got one late on. But I remember, I think it was at 1-0, and Villa were well on top in the game. We had a massive chance on the counter, and honestly, Sacco went to square it to Chris Woods and kind of just went past it, just went behind him almost. I just thought Chris Wood just turned around. I thought literally he was going to just wring his neck out, kind of thing. Like the way he turned around to him, it was just like full ground. You could just hear Chris Wood just screaming at him, kind of thing. And there's a couple. I thought Hadi Sacco, to be fair, in that first season was decent. To be honest, I thought he's a really handy player for us in that first season. He got us from one end of the pitch to the other like in 10 seconds. We hadn't seen a player like that since probably like Max Gradley, who could get you off your seats. I'm not saying he had like that end product to his game,
but one of the rare players. It wasn't just the rare players that like got the ball and ran at a player. We hadn't really seen that in, like you said.
It was exciting. I know obviously towards the end, I mean, when defenders did start to get a bit tighter to him and it got a bit more difficult, bit more predictable in terms of what he was going to try and do. He's still a top player, but we will go to the table anyway. We'll go to the final table. It was, of course, Suleiman Dukara, who Hadi Sacco was closest to. So the table is, let's go, drum roll. Right, table. Quiz number 7, podium. In third place is Lucky Stewicks. Second place, Hattrick Bamford. And the winner this week is... It's Chapman. It's Chapman. The winners this week, Matthew and Robbie, make up the top 5. So Chapman, if you are the winner, please screenshot your screen now and either send to us at All Leeds TV on Twitter, Instagram, any kind of socials, or to LUFC Fan Zone. Your winning confirmation there. If you can screenshot that for us and send it over. If you are Chapman on Twitter, Facebook, whatever you want, send it to us via either up to LUFC Fan Zone or All Leeds TV. That would be absolutely fantastic. Top name as well. And yeah, another top quiz. Another top quiz, if I do say so myself. And some brilliant answers, of course, and questions from LUFC Fan Zone. So I'm just going to take this out. But congratulations to Chapman. And yeah, I guess that's another fun quiz anyway. Another fun quiz. Not too many mishaps from me. Just one stupid one about Rodrigo. That was the thing. I thought, I've checked all the questions. I've checked all that. I've checked everything. And I just messed it up like that. But anyway, we will move on. But yeah, I guess if there's anything else you guys want to add before we finish off.
Just make sure to check out the podcast. Available on all major podcast platforms. Is that what you say?
Absolutely. Available on everything podcast related. Well, just remind us if there is anyone who's joined a bit later on in this video who you have got coming up this week, guys.
Do you want to?
Or next couple of weeks?
Well, yeah. This week we've got Ilan Meslier's agent, Javier Flores.
Fleur.
But then next week, Fleur, he's the co-founder of his agent, but Ilan's full agent could only speak French, so his partner's coming on, but he's still his agent. But then next week, we should be having Deco on the show, which should be quite good to have. He was obviously Rafinha's agent, so it's 95% complete, that one. So not this Saturday, next Saturday. We should hopefully be with Deco to speak about Rafinha and his time at Leeds and how he joined and just being life as an agent, which I think should be quite good.
It's not a bad interview at all, is it, to be fair? But yeah, no, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely superb. But guys, congratulations to Dan Harrison. If you are Dan Harrison, make sure you screenshot your screen and send it to us at All Leeds TV or LUFC Fan Zone, and we'll get you sorted out with your phone case. Prizes available as always. But I guess big thanks to us, LUFC Fan Zone. Check out the podcast. Check them out on Instagram. And yeah, we will leave it there anyway. And yeah, we'll leave it there. But just one last thought before we go. Bamfordinho is better than Kane. We'll leave it there anyway. Big thanks, guys. See you later.
See you later.